Good evening, men. So I thought I would take this lovely afternoon, to share with you a practice that is missing from your life, and one that is becoming increasingly more important the more we move into a contemporary society of distractions and information that is poisonous. So the title of this video is Why Men Need to Set Boundaries. Like I prefaced, it's becoming increasingly more pertinent that you as an individual delineate which actions, which habits, which behaviors are going to be conducive to you embodying the individual you wish to see in society. And that you separate yourself from actions that are, for lack of a better word, poisonous. They're not conducive to that, the greatest embodiment of yourself. So the practice that I feel is very, very valuable, and one that is not used by men, is a personal ethics code or a personal principles code. And this can be done in a document. You know, I realized this was something so valuable. I just recently got done writing mine up. So the easiest way to look at this is like a set of commandments for your life that are clearly cut in what you will allow and what you will not allow. So I'll give you some very obvious ones from some of the Christian denomination teaching. So we take things like do not kill, do not steal, things like this. But beyond the more generalized moral code of do not kill and do not steal, I want you to think about the person that you are becoming. You are in a constant state of becoming. You are evolving every day. You are growing. You are merging. You are molding yourself into an individual that is eventually going to have the kind of job you want to have, to be in a relationship with the women you want to be in, and to have the kind of friends, the social circle that is associated with that kind of person. Now, it's important that you have this vision in mind, that you have an idea of what this evolution of yourself looks like. Okay? And with that, vague, try to be more specific, but with that idea in mind, you then need to create strict outlines that those behavior models, those actions, those habits fall into. Okay? This will make it very, very easy for you to make a decision on something that could be potentially blurred, that you don't have a degree of certainty on, because you don't want to be stuck in a position where you're considering doing something which you know isn't in line with your values. This is all this is. It's a value system. Okay? So I'll share a couple with you that are congruent with the individual I want to embody. So I think number one on my list was, you need to remember these as well. I just got done doing mine, but they have to ring off the mind. You need to know them intimately. So the first one for me is tell the truth. And I have to be a little bit more specific and add a little bit more description onto that. So I will never deliberately mislead someone. In addition, I will never try and cover up personal mistakes in my life. I will never try and resolve myself of personal responsibility if I've made a mistake. That is a principle that I subscribe to. If I fuck up in my job, if I offend someone very deeply and it was coming from a place of malice, I will be honest with my justifications behind it. Okay? I won't try and mislead or deflect. I tell the truth. I'm very straight and very forthright. If I make a mistake, I will tell you I've made a mistake, because the character I want to embody is someone that hopes to learn from the moments where he's making those mistakes, where he's lying and not covering up, or is again deflecting. He wants to grow from the errors he's made, the failures he's made. And in this way, this personal ethics code, just going into a bit more detail on that one, when you come into contacts, when you come into those experiences whereby you are making mistakes and you need to be honest about those mistakes, you learn so much faster. Experience is the king of all teachers, and that's why it's one of my first values, one of my first principles, and why I have drawn in the line with such deliberation, with such that's the wrong word, with such emphasis that I always tell the truth. Okay? So for you, you can start using specific rules that are going to lend you in favor of coming closer to that ideal character. You see? This way, when those difficult situations arise to you, you can easily and quickly make an action based on those principles. Because, I started off with a difficult one. It's hard to always tell the truth. It's hard not to lie in moments where you feel anxious and guilty. But because I know my rule number one is always tell the truth, that's what I'm going to do. Okay? Because I know, in the grand scheme of things, in the direction I want to go, in full committance to that ideal character, I have to tell the truth. Lying isn't going to get me there. Lying is going to take me on a tangent for somewhere I don't want to go. Be as descriptive, be as particular as you can. There may be certain habits that you feel aren't resourceful for you, so you can then detail them in your principles. And they will really, again, give you that poise, give you that calm, collected foundation of which to reference back to whenever you're unsure. Okay? I always say, if you're ever unsure of what to do in a situation, think about, is this action going to bring me closer or further away from my ideal, for the best incarnation of myself in this world. Okay? And you won't go far wrong. I really hope that's brought you some value, and if there's an action to take out this video, it is to ground those principles in physical form. It's very easy for you to, maybe cut off this video or think whilst you're watching this video, oh, okay, it's really good for me. Maybe for me, I will always eat healthy, or make the best nutritional choices for my health. It could be something like that. And you could have that really good mental idea, and I think that's a great one. I think I have something similar to that, but you need to write it down, because thoughts are, abstract. They're not tangibly based in reality. They have no, again, tangibility. They're not physically here. So writing them down is the first way you can make them more real. They need to be grounded in some kind of physicality. Good thing for me, I write mine down in a document, and I can print that out. I can put it up on my wall, so it's a constant reminder for me. Take a notepad. Again, write your principles down. Really good thing to do as well is sign it. That's a contract you're entering into with yourself. These are, my 10 commandments for how I conduct myself throughout life. I'm signing, because I'm committed to bringing those principles into fruition. I think that's a really good way to end this video, my friend. So if you subscribe to those ethics, to those moral codes and principles in your life, then perhaps you'll subscribe to me. And with that being said, my friends, I will see you very soon in the next video.